heaven is evil because it's actually set up in a way most likely to cause immoral and sinful behavior and is really like being part of a very dysfunctional family, which certainly does not include endless peace and happiness. Why? Well, because firstly, God the Father is a narcissistic madman who rules heaven with an iron fist, but apparently has such low self-esteem that he needs you to worship him non-stop forever. Yet he is completely incapable of giving you unconditional love in return. And you just know, that if you don't do exactly what he wants, then he will punish you by sending you down to hell for some time out, where he wants you to think about what you've done while you burn forever. Then there is Mary, the mother figure, who never stands up to God's abuse of you. Instead, she just passively sits back and agrees with everything that he says and he does. Probably because she's actually really scared about what he might do to her if she disagrees with him, since their entire relationship is founded on the fact that he forced himself onto her when she was basically still a child, then left her to raise the baby with another man before swooping back in when the kid was full grown and using his celebrity god status to start being the good dad. And then there is Jesus. Whew. Like, how messed up must he be? If, after the initial shock of finding out that, Joseph wasn't his real dad, he then discovers that his actual father is a sadistic religious nutjob who somehow gets Jesus to agree to be crucified, then insists that he be brought back to life as a zombie before forcing Jesus to move back into heaven and live with his dad forever. Yeah, no bachelor pad for Jesus. I mean, no wonder Jesus spent most of his time desperately telling anyone who would listen that God is love, God is love. In a pathetic attempt to try to convince himself that his psychotic daddy really did love him. I mean, come on, with these three in charge of heaven, there is no way it's going to be all rainbows and puppy dogs. Instead, it's going to be more like a really dark version of a daytime soap opera, full of endless abuse, trauma, depression, addiction and crime, with people too scared to do or say anything for fear of making daddy angry, and people constantly lying and double-crossing each other to get out of trouble and to avoid being kicked out of home by a criminally abusive father figure from one of the worst supernatural advertisements for a dysfunctional family ever.
I'm just the son of a carpenter, and I don't want anything from ya, except for your eternal love and devotion.